In this video, I share a simple strategy that helped one of my books to become a bestseller. And make sure you stay to the very end because every single step is important. So before we get into the strategy, it's important that you know as a first-time author why those first 100 sales are so very important, starting with momentum. So when potential readers see that others are buying and enjoying your book, it piques their curiosity. And then there's social proof. When you can show that your readers embrace your book, that builds your audience's trust. And then there's the algorithm. So once you publish your book to Amazon, it's within the first few months that you get the most visibility for your book. So you want to make sure that you have early sales that triggers Amazon's algorithm, promotes your books to readers, and affords you even more visibility for your book. Early book sales leads to early book reviews, which is great for your book's credibility and its discoverability. So before we get into the exact strategy, it's important that we establish the basics. These are the things that you must do prior to selling the first 100 copies of your book, starting with define your target audience. So who specifically will gain the most value from reading your book? So you want to figure out the age range, the gender, the pain points of your audience, basically anything that you need to know about your target audience that will help you to attract them. The next thing you need to have is an engaging book cover and book description. So both of these elements should attract your target audience. The last thing you want to do is to have an established social media profile. So whether you are on Twitter or Instagram or whatever social media platform you choose, make sure that you have a profile that is either catered towards you as an author or to your book. All right, so now we're to the strategy. This is how you're going to sell the first 100 copies of your book. Start with leveraging your family and friends. So your family and friends includes your neighbors, your co-workers, anyone that you know that can help you on your publishing journey. So the first thing that you want to do is reach out to them and let them know that you are going to be publishing a book and how much their support means to your writing and publishing journey. Once your book is actually published on Amazon, on the day of, you will send them a link so that they can actually go on and purchase a copy. Once they purchase that copy and have a sufficient amount of time to actually read your book, ask them to write a review. Now, this review should be a thoughtful review. It shouldn't just be the standard, the book was great. You really want them to read your book and give you feedback on the areas that they loved, the areas that they really like and they feel will be beneficial to other people. This is what's going to help other people to be attracted to your book and actually purchase. But you're not going to stop there. You're going to ask your family and friends to reach out to their network of family, friends, co-workers, and neighbors. This will help you to extend your network. Let's say you only know 25 people. By tapping into your family and friends network as well, that helps to extend the amount of people you know, which builds momentum for your book. And before we go to the next strategy, make sure you check out my ebook, Book Launch Strategy, where I go even more in depth on how to launch your book on Amazon or any website. Make sure to check out the link in the description box. The next thing you want to do is to have a launch party. So you can have an online launch party or you can have an in-person launch party, but the goal is to do a couple of different things. So number one, where possible, read from your book. So that might be the first chapter or a selection of a specific chapter that you want to read from. Depending on your book's subject matter, you may choose to do a Q&A with those in attendance. You want to do signings where people are actually able to come up and interact with you and you actually sign their book. But you also want to start to build your email list. So maybe you'll have a sheet of paper with two columns. One column says name, the other says email address. Every single person that comes to your launch event should fill out that information so that you have someone to market your book to later. Now, of course, all of these things can be done in both environments, whether it's online or in person. The next thing you want to do at this launch event is have someone there capturing either in video or in photo the experience. So this is content that you can later put up on that established social media profile that we were talking about earlier that will help to gain interest in your book and start to, again, build that momentum. The last thing that you want to do is to involve influencers. So no matter what social media platform you're on, whether it's YouTube or Instagram, I can guarantee you that there's a content creator or influencer that would love to help you to get more visibility for your book. Now, with that being said, there are some content creators that will charge in order to post something on their social media, and that's a decision that you'll need to make. However, some people are just happy receiving an advance copy, and then they can use that advance copy to further promote your book to their audience. Okay, so now that you have your family and friends and the friends of your family and friends, plus the influencers, you're almost to your 100 copies. So the next thing that you want to do is to reach out to people within your industry. So this could be book bloggers, podcasters, anyone that can interview you about your book or your book's subject matter. And then the last thing you want to do is to reach out to local bookstores and libraries to not only stock your book, but also to accommodate you for a small book reading or book signing. So if you follow this exact strategy, you should be well on your way to 100 copies or even more. But the secret ingredient to making all of this work is consistency. So make sure that you maintain your social media presence by focusing on your book, your author journey, and any related content.